भारत में क्लाउड गेमिंग 2025 में सर्वश्रेष्ठ प्लेटफॉर्म और कैसे शुरू करें? Alright, so you want to get into gaming, but don't want to shell out the big bucks for a high-end PC or console? Well, that's where cloud gaming comes in. It's kind of a big deal. Instead of running the game on your own device, it streams it from a powerful server somewhere else, like watching a YouTube video, but you're controlling the action. Now, cloud gaming is picking up steam everywhere, but especially in India, and for good reason. The barrier to entry is lower, you don't need crazy expensive hardware, and the internet infrastructure is rapidly improving. That means smoother gameplay, less lag, and more people can jump in. So, in this video, we're diving deep into the world of cloud gaming in India. We're talking about the best platforms available right now, how well they actually perform, and most importantly, how you can get started. Stick around, it's about to get interesting. GeForce Now, क्या ये आपके लिए है? First up, we've got NVIDIA's GeForce Now. Now, the cool thing about GeForce Now is that it works a little differently. It's not about buying games individually, but rather linking your existing libraries from platforms like Steam or Epic Games. So, if you've already got a collection of games, GeForce Now lets you stream them without needing a beast of a gaming rig. Pretty neat, right? The big question is, how's the performance in India? Well, it depends on your internet connection as always. But with a solid fiber connection, I've been able to get surprisingly smooth gameplay on GeForce Now, even with demanding titles. They've got servers in India, which helps a lot with latency. You're not going to be waiting forever for your inputs to register, which is a huge plus. Of course, your mileage may vary depending on where you are in India and your internet service provider. But from my experience, GeForce Now is definitely a strong contender in the Indian cloud gaming scene. The library is massive, the performance is there, and if you've already invested in games on other platforms, it's a great way to take them on the go. Definitely worth checking out. Google Stadia. क्या ये वापसी करेगा? Next, let's talk about Google Stadia. Now, Stadia has had its ups and downs, we all know that, but it's still a player in the cloud gaming space, and it's worth taking a look at, especially in the context of India. One of Stadia's biggest strengths has always been its accessibility. You can play it on pretty much anything, your phone, your laptop, your TV with a Chromecast. If it's got a screen and an internet connection, you're good to go. Now, in terms of performance, Stadia has actually been pretty impressive in India. Google has servers in Mumbai, which means lower latency and smoother gameplay. However, the game library has always been a bit of a sticking point for Stadia. It's not as extensive as some other platforms, and that might be a deal breaker for some gamers. But here's the thing. Stadia Pro, the subscription service, offers a rotating selection of free games, which adds some value. So is Stadia perfect? No. But it's a solid option, especially if you're looking for accessibility and decent performance in India. Chapter 3. Xbox Cloud Gaming Game Pass ka asli hero. Now let's talk about Microsoft's offering Xbox Cloud Gaming. This one's a bit of a game changer, especially if you're already plugged into the Xbox ecosystem. See, Xbox Cloud Gaming is all about that Game Pass integration. For a monthly fee, you get access to hundreds of games that you can stream to your devices. It's like the Netflix of gaming, and it's a pretty sweet deal. The big question is, how does it hold up in India? Well, Microsoft has been expanding its server infrastructure globally, and that includes India. While they don't have dedicated servers here yet, the performance has been steadily improving. I've been able to play games like Forza Horizon 5 and Halo Infinite with minimal lag, even on a mobile connection. The game library is where Xbox Cloud Gaming really shines. With Game Pass Ultimate, you're getting access to a constantly updated library of AAA and indie titles. So if you're looking for value and a wide variety of games to choose from, Xbox Cloud Gaming is definitely worth considering in India. Chapter 4. Amazon Luna. क्या ये आपके लिए है? Alright, now let's talk about Amazon Luna. This one's a bit newer to the game compared to the others, but it's got some interesting tricks up its sleeve. See, Luna isn't just one thing. It's got different channels you can subscribe to, like a cable TV package for games. You've got the Luna Plus channel with a rotating library of games, and then you've got channels dedicated to specific publishers like Ubisoft. This approach gives you more flexibility in terms of what you pay for. You're not stuck with one giant library, you can pick and choose what you want. Now, Luna is still in its early stages in India, and the channel availability might be limited depending on where you are. But in terms of performance, it's been surprisingly good. Amazon's got a massive server infrastructure, and that definitely helps with streaming quality. I've been able to play games with minimal latency and good visual fidelity. The unique channel system is interesting, but the limited availability might be a drawback for some. Keep an eye on Luna though, because it has the potential to shake things up in the Indian cloud gaming market. Chapter 5, PlayStation Now, Sony ka cloud gaming damp. Finally, let's talk about PlayStation Now, Sony's answer to cloud gaming. Now, PlayStation has always been about those exclusive titles, and that's what they're bringing to the table with PlayStation Now. You get access to a huge library of PlayStation exclusives, from classics to newer releases, all streamable to your devices. If you're a fan of God of War, Uncharted, or The Last of Us, this is going to be right up your alley. Now, PlayStation Now has been around for a while, but it's still finding its footing in India. The service is available, but the performance can be a bit hit or miss. Sony doesn't have dedicated servers in India yet, which means you'll be connecting to servers in other regions. This can lead to higher latency and some occasional lag, which can be frustrating. However, the library is where PlayStation Now shines. If you're looking for those PlayStation exclusives and want to experience some of the best games Sony has to offer, it's worth a shot. Just be aware that the performance might not be as smooth as some of the other platforms on this list. The future of cloud gaming in India. So there you have it, a look at the top cloud gaming platforms available in India right now. Each one has its own strengths and weaknesses, from performance to game libraries to pricing. The best one for you really depends on your individual needs and preferences. But the exciting thing is that cloud gaming is just getting started in India. As internet infrastructure continues to improve and more players enter the market, we can expect to see even better performance, more game choices, and more innovation in the years to come. So, what are you waiting for? Try out these platforms, see what works best for you, and let me know your experiences in the comments. The future of gaming is in the cloud, and it's looking bright in India.